friends during the movie?
We were friends just from the start, the chemistry reads. So that was.
So we had like 2 months to bond with each other over the filming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part of filming?
Everything, to me, personally.
Yeah. My favorite part was just probably being off set and we were just chatting with each other after all the scenes.
We meet each other all the time, every day.
Okay, well, I really have to know about Sarah the Hamster and Hamster Bowling. You know, how many takes did you have doing that, and how much fun was it?
It was so much fun, but you know, it took about, you know that one scene where it looks like it's going straight, it's actually like a combination of 6 or 7 scenes where the hamster is just going boom, like into the walls. And we're like, you know, we're just acting like it's going straight.
It's really going off the sides.
Just all different, yeah.
So the hamster wasn't following George's directions too well.
No.
He was off on his journey.
I'm going to ask both of you, each one answer. How did you get into acting? You're fantastic. You're naturals.
I started when I was 2 years old in commercials. Then I got a recurring role in How I Met Your Mother when I was 6. And then I started doing other TV shows like Sullivan and Son and Awkward and Grey's Anatomy. And then now I've done 3 movies. This movie and a movie called Bad Words with Jason Bateman, Get a Job with Anna Kendrick and Bryan Cranston.
Skylan.
Yeah, I started when I was about 5, and I really got into it when I was 8. And my mom had just took me to all kinds of different workshops, and my dad decided, you know, because she had to do something else, and my dad decided to further it with me. And I started doing a whole bunch of commercials, you know, Targets. I've done certain movies, Our Family Wedding, Jail Education, you know, student films, and that's how it really started for me.
So now when you guys got the script for Mr. and Pete, what was it about your characters when you were reading the script? Did you like, because Mr. with his aspiration to be an actor, very much like your own path in life. So what was it when you guys read it, or when your parents read it? You know, what was it that said, oh, I really want this?
Well, for me, it was, I liked everything about it, but me and acting and me and Mr. had that really in common, and that just started off really well. And I think that wanting to become it, you know, that wanting and the perseverance to just really want that, it just really started to resonate. And the thing with cursing, there's a lot of cursing for my character. More than my mom would want. And my mom and me had a conversation with my dad about the cursing, and they decided only for this, you know, it was okay. So that was my only thing for that.
For me, when I read the script for Pete, I'm like, he's kind of like me. He's kind of shy, and he asks a lot of questions. But he really just wants someone he can love, and someone he can trust, and then he finds that in Mr.
How is it working with Jennifer Hudson, who's won an Oscar? Like, did she give you any advice on set to kind of help you guys go down that path?
I didn't really work with her. It was just
Skylan?
Yeah, we talked quite a bit, and it was more offset than was on set because she was in her character, very strong. Jennifer was the powerhouse on set, and she always had this demeanor, and she was always in that character. And I was afraid of her at first because she had this straight face and she was staring at me. And I was like, next line. And, you know, it wanted me to become definitely on top of things, and more on top than I already was. She was just setting the bar.
Now, Skylan, you've got some really intense monologues going on there. How do you prepare yourself, and how do you memorize, you know, that much dialogue?
I ask myself the same thing right now. I was like, how did I do that?
That's so impressive. There are veteran actors that can't deliver with that kind of emotion and consistency?
Wow. For me, it was a lot of practice. I mean, it was just sitting all day doing scripts. And between homework and scripts, I would have to balance out the time. And definitely throughout the whole boot camp we had, me and Ethan went through a boot camp for the film. And our coach would help us with everything except homework. But it's like the connection with the words and Mr. just helped me further my progression in learning lines. And I think really just me sticking to it. It was just all day really going over them and feeling the words and what they meant to them. So.
Now, during the boot camp, did you guys get to bond with the kids and learn about their lives and get more real with your characters?
Yeah, we did. We got a chance to meet kids that actually went through that same thing with the drug addiction. And before we went to New York, we got a chance to go to another facility out here,
Homeboy Industries.
And we met
We
a man
talked
named
with
Fabian.
Fabian, he was the drug counselor of Homeboy Industries, and he shared his story of how his dad did drugs and how that affected his whole family.
And he showed how he connected through art to get away from that struggle of addiction.
So what lessons did you learn from the kids? Because, I mean, your characters are fiction, but there are children that do go the same situations as Mr. and Pete did.
Well, I learned that I need to be more grateful for what I have, because, not as kids are as fortunate as us.
Yes, that's a big thing that came out of it for me too, was to be grateful for what I have now, and for when I do get bigger things, that I'm just thankful for when I get it, and yeah, I think that's really a big part of it.
What was one of the things that you guys learned from George?
Well, for me, it was just, wow, so many things he told us and that we still follow right now. I don't know what to pick. You want to go?
Oh, well, George told us that this was our movie, like all three of us, and he said, if there's any time where you felt like that take wasn't good enough and you wanted to do it again, just tell us, and then he would reset the whole thing. And also, when I grow up, I kind of want to be a director someday, so I kind of learned from him.
You're kind of going that direction already, aren't you?
Yeah, I make my own movies sometimes with my brothers. Yeah, I cast my brothers in it.
What's that like for you?
It's just, just kind of work hard, following my dreams, and, don't give up.
So when you cast your brothers, do they follow your direction?
There were a lot of heavy moments in the movie. Obviously, what was the most challenging for you guys to film? Just emotionally or...
Well, I speak for a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
Because either day I would have more than one emotion scene, and then the next scene wouldn't be an emotional, and it would be like a rocking out scene. I'll be happy or mad, and then I'll have to go to the sad emotion place. I speak for everything, actually. But if I had to pick a hardest, there was a few scenes I didn't make it, because I had to cut the movie a little bit short. One of those scenes where I'm in a library, and Alice, who plays Jordan Sparks plays Alice, she actually dies.
They revised it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in a library and I'm crying, I'm bawling tears. I'm just like, wow, why'd she have to go that route? And that was one of my hardest.
Well, for me, I think it was also when I see my mom. That was one of the hardest scenes for me, and we practiced that scene. Actually, the writer Michael Starbury wrote a little part for that backstory of Pete, and actually did that with the actor who plays my mom, and that was kind of intense.